Okay, so tonight's a quick one. Some smoked salmon and cream sauce in some pasta. Right, first we've got to turn on the water to boil, add a bit of salt in. This helps release any spirits from inside the pasta that are keeping it dry and dense. And we heat it up to increase the rate of reaction in it. Best way to heat it up quickly is to add the lid. Now about 5 minutes later, the water gets to a reasonable temperature, and we pour our pasta into it. The original recipe called for penne, but we used this spiral thing. Don't really know what it is, but it's probably named after some Italian guy somewhere, or a town. 3 cups of that. Now already the pan is extremely hot, so I use the oven gloves to push it back to the smaller hob while I continue to cook on the larger, more active hob. In with the butter, and watch as it melts. Just need to be careful not to brown it here. Now in with the milk sauce, also known as cream, and stir. In hindsight, I should have probably added the cream while I was stirring, but you know, you live, you learn. Now this time we really don't want to boil it or caramelize it. Not burn it, of course, like we would never burn anything here, but this has a very specific instruction in the ingredients not to burn it. So with any luck, that is what is going to happen. I'm going to continue to stir it and not forget about it, which is usually what happens. I continued to stir this for about 5 minutes, and somehow my brain did not turn off and I casually walk away and completely forget to keep stirring this. So we end up with a decently nice sauce. Then the pasta is completely done. Now we just drain it into the sink. You don't need to toss it around in a colander necessarily. Just hold it over the sink with the pan lid still on and drain any excess water, because any that gets added for the most part will just boil off or mix into the sauce, so long as it's, you know, not swimming in it. And it looks like all of the demons have been released. So give this a final mix and add the smoked salmon. We don't add all of it here because smoked salmon has a very different texture and flavour depending on whether it's cooked or not cooked. But a decent 2/3, half go into this right now. The rest will be used later to garnish it. Oh, and those herbs are thyme. We did not have any fresh, so I used a bit of dried. And when I was using dried, I used a lot less than I would if I was using fresh. For reference, try eating a raw garlic clove compared to one that is cooked. They're both nice, but one should definitely be done in modesty. Then we just sprinkle in the black pepper. This neutralizes the effects of the salt, stops any spirits that are soaked up in there from re-emerging later. And then finally the pasta. I have a feeling that I should have probably used a bigger pan here, but I manage, and then it's just to the bowl, and then add the salmon on top, and done.